Hey guys, welcome and welcome back to my channel. As you can tell from the title of this video, I will be giving you guys the ultimate guide to a gap year. Now this time last year, I took a gap year straight after A-levels. So if you're in year 12 and you're thinking of taking a gap year, or even if you're in year 13 and you've just finished, this video is for you. And when I was doing research on taking a gap year, when I decided that I wanted to do that, there wasn't that many videos or resources. And if there were people who were taking a gap year just in between first year or second year of uni, and that's a completely different story compared to taking a gap year straight after A-levels. There's so much that I have to say. Video chapters will be linked down below just so you can get an overview of what I'm going to be covering, but I highly recommend you watch the whole entire video as I have something at the end for you guys. So without further ado, let's get into this video with maximum efficiency. First thing to figure out is, what is your why? What is the reason why you want to take a gap year? Now there's a multitude of reasons. In my scenario, I wanted to resit my A-levels just to get better grades for university application. In another scenario, it could be you just generally don't want to go to university and you just want to just live life, as in you just want to start your own business, etc. Another reason could be you just don't know what you want to do in uni and you don't want to rush the process of just picking the course just because it's the kind of standard to just go to uni and just doing it for the sake of it. Because once you figure out the reason why you want to take a gap year, you're going to spend the majority of your year around that reason why, if that makes any sense. So a few scenarios. One of my friends, she got really great A-level grades, and basically what she did the entire year, she worked just getting her money up and able to buy a car, got her license, just getting her life together. So that is one kind of option you can go around. The thing was, she wanted to do medicine, so she had to reapply, so that's a completely different story. And if you do have your A-level grades already, you can always defer a year. You can apply but just defer instead, just so you have that kind of almost like a backup plan, just so that you have a backup plan or something to fall upon, if that makes any sense. And for those of you who you generally don't know what you want to study, yes, take a gap year. I highly recommend it because I didn't even know myself, and best thing I've ever done. So now I'm moving on to step 2. Get a job. Guys, I cannot stress this enough on why obviously you need to get a job so you can get some sort of stream of income. Because I could just say, guys, you can start a YouTube channel and make money from that. You are not going to get money instantly and straight away, and it's not guaranteed. So just apply for a job. Be very careful of which jobs you get. An example is with agency work. That was probably the first job I ever got. I'm very new to this kind of job application stuff. I didn't really know how long applying to a job actually takes, so which is why you need to get one ASAP, especially for this there'll be a lot of people recruiting. So with agency work, some agencies can be very unreliable, so you definitely want to do your research. If you know friends who've worked with a certain company or agency, I would recommend you go through that route instead of just applying to some place that you don't know of, or applying to a place where you don't know any friends, worker, or anything like that. A mini story about agency. With the agency I was with, they basically put out shifts out there and you just book them if you can. But luckily the new job that I have, well, it's not really new, I've just been doing it for a while. You basically book your availability and they will work around your schedule, so they'll put shifts up for you on the days that you're available, which I absolutely love. The last time I had a shift in my old agency was literally last year, Boxing Day. They were so bad, they weren't responding or anything. I kept on complaining, saying, look, I'm not getting any shifts or whatever, but they didn't even bother, and something like that can really affect you financially. So I just highly recommend you stick with a very trusted company, whether you know a friend who works there, because you need that consistent stream of income, guys. Oh, and one more thing, also with my current job at the moment, you also want to be careful of which type of job you apply to, because I know that you can work in retail, you can work in fast food or whatever it is. You want to be able to get a job where there are always shifts consistently every month, or at least almost 24/7. Only because I kind of figured this out now. With the job I have, they have certain months where tickets don't sell as well, so they have quiet months, and I had no idea about this. I mean, I did ask about this the other day and apparently it was on a website or something, but because there's me generally thinking that after my exams I'm going to be working literally every single day getting the shifts, but turns out I won't be getting work for the next 2 or 3 weeks, which can be detrimental to some people in certain cases. So you definitely want to do a lot of research before you apply to a certain job. If you get a job now this summer as a recruiting, because what happens is that after the summer, because people just get a job just for the summer, then they go to university or they go back to school, you want to let these people know that, look, I'm taking a gap year so that you can book more shifts. And because they know that if certain people, because a lot of people will finish the summer job, like after summer, a lot of people will leave to go on to university, etc., and you can maybe take over like that person's place. Getting a job is so important because you need a stream of income. That leads on to my next point of making more money. Now, for your entire gap year, what will you be doing? So obviously you'll just be adulting basically. So a majority of your time is going to be working, and whatever you do with that income, just actually having like a life, still like having a social life, etc. I feel like just having a part-time job is just not going to be enough, especially if one of your main goals is to be able to really generate multiple streams of income. A lot of people also want to take a gap year because they really want to just start a business and start a side hustle. You need to make more money because the entire gap year, having a part-time job is not a problem, but you're just getting minimum wage or the average wage, to be honest, and you have all this time to be doing something with your life. So start a side hustle. Now, what I'm about to say, I am no way paid or sponsored to say this, but basically throughout my gap year, I've been a part of something called the Platinum Academy. Now, I did mention earlier in this video, the people on there are quite a few of you guys who want to take a gap year. So shout out to you guys. This video is also for you as well. But basically what the Platinum Academy is, whatever side hustle you want to start, is basically this Discord channel that basically gives you all the resources you'll ever need. So you have video lessons with the person who actually created Platinum Academy. Now I'm telling you guys, it's the best thing I've ever done. Now what I like about the Platinum Academy is that, you know those YouTube videos that say how to make like a $10,000 a month or $100 a day? The problem with trying to learn a side hustle by yourself, especially on YouTube, is that with these YouTube videos, if you've got a question or you're following the tutorial, you can comment, but you probably won't get a reply until like 7 days, 14 days later, because these YouTubers, especially those YouTube channels who focus on making videos about making money, they are busy people, you know, and it's not a course where they're going to guide you through like one-to-one on how to start the side hustle. It's not like that, it's just a video. Whereas the thing with Platinum Academy is that you are in a cohort with a bunch of other people who are learning the same thing as you, and by the way, on the platform, and you can enroll on which side hustle you want to get started with. But yeah, that's the beauty about the Platinum Academy. You're not learning by yourself. And as soon as I started, I've watched all the videos because basically I didn't join in real time because there are like these, it's almost like a Zoom call, and you watch the videos and everything, and you can ask questions during the call as well. They have all the pre-recorded classes, which is what I watched. But then I had some questions to ask, and I kid you not, I got replies like that. Like, everyone is so helpful and everyone's quick to reply and to help you out, which is something that I love. And I think anyone who's learning a new side hustle or in this gap you want to prioritize make money, I highly recommend you join something like that instead of trying to learn everything by yourself. I'm very sketchy when it comes to, you know, using my hard-earned coins, paying for these like courses that a lot of like YouTubers or entrepreneur gurus they put out there. I've never purchased like a course. Platinum Academy is the first time I've actually ever purchased something that is going to help me with these side hustles. And honestly, it's worth every penny in my opinion, because there is nothing like this. And what even encourages me further to happily like pay for this is that the person who is running it, her name's Kiko. I've been following her for quite a while. Not only is she like super generous, but you can tell the people who are just trying to sell a course just to make money, and you can tell those people who are generally super passionate and really want to help you build your way up to financial success. And Kiko, she's actually one of those people. I also want to talk about some of the perks of the membership. So they host something called Games Night, and the coolest thing is that there are a lot of cashway prizes and giveaways. There's actually one huge prize thing that is happening. You only can be part of the academy to know about that. The last time, which was Games Night, it happens like every like weekend or sometimes during the weekday, but always in the evening. It was like this game. So it was split into group A and B, and whoever was in one of the winning groups, everyone had their next billing month for the subscription for free. So the system skipped that. So that's just one of many prizes that they give away. So it's kind of cool, and it's also a win-win situation. Like, you're paying for the subscription that is eventually going to help you make six figures, and at the same time you are able to win like cash rate prizes and all that kind of stuff. Perks of a gap year. So aside from just being on a gap year and making money and all that kind of stuff, I would say one of the biggest perks is that because you're not in education and you're not following like the traditional like timetable for when you break up and stuff, if you wanted to go on a trip, whether outside of your country or maybe inside, you can just do it for such a cheap price, because you'll be able to go on holiday during times where people are in school. So for example, right now we all know July summer holidays, everyone's going on holiday, prices are expensive. So during exam season, so like the months of April, May, even the beginning of the year, or when people go back in September, prices are going to drop like ridiculously. So being on a gap year plus building a way to make a stream of income, and you're able to just, I don't know, go on a trip or whatever it is you want to do. This is just a side note. I know that school finishes at 3 o'clock, so just in my daily routines, I always do, if there's something that I need to go and pick up like in town or just run errands, always make sure I do that before 3 o'clock, because I know that's where all the mayhem happens, so all the school kids come out and it gets super busy. So that's just one or two things. And another thing is that if you are the only person in your friendship group who is taking a gap year, what you could do is during the year, visit your friends at the uni accommodation. I don't want to make this video any longer than it already is, but I still have so much to cover. So give this video a big thumbs up if you found this video very helpful, and share it to anyone else who has just finished their A-levels or is thinking of taking a gap year. Guys, check the description box for extra information and resources. And if you have any more questions about a gap year or anything like that, either comment down below or you can DM me on Instagram, which is also in the description. And for those of you who are actually serious of taking a gap year, like something that you really want to do, then be sure to subscribe to this channel and the notification bell, as I'm going to be dropping much more videos that are going to be in detail about this, because I genuinely want to help with you guys. I really do. I guess I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye!